Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel and to another plan with me. This is for the week of January 23rd through the 29th, and I'm using the August 2022 mystery kit from Scribble Prints Co. Usually by the time I use these mystery kits, they usually have a name, but whenever they don't, I get a little sad because I'm just like, it's just a mystery kit, so sorry it doesn't have a proper name, but that is the kit that we use this week, and then I just used the foil that came with this kit for underlays and overlays and all that jazz. This is a very specifically coffee kit, but the colors remind me a lot of January, so that was why we went with this kit. I wanted to address the fact that I missed two plan with me's the last Monday and Friday, and there is a reason for it, and I was essentially getting up the nerve to actually talk about it, and I just needed a little bit of time. But all of you guys know that I have Bailey, who is my husky. She is my actual personal dog, but we do have, or did have, another dog. He was a black lab, and his name was Cujo. And he was essentially our family dog. Originally was my brother's, but then essentially became my dad's. And unfortunately, he passed away on Monday, not this past Monday that I missed a plan with me, but the one that I uploaded. So last Monday, he passed away at 10 o'clock at night or something like that. It was really late at night when we found out. But I essentially was like, all right, I need a second to be able to take some time. My computer sounds like it's gonna take off. Are you okay, buddy? The fan on that went wild. But I just wanted to take some time to kind of process it, and especially because in this spread on the Sunday was the first day that he started not eating, so he started getting sick during the Sunday of the spread, and I was like, all right, I need a little bit of time to not essentially start bawling on camera, and while I'm doing a voiceover, I needed a little bit of time to be able to talk about it. So we knew, unfortunately, it was going to happen. He was sick. We took him to the vet the Monday after this spread, and they gave us a bunch of medicines and stuff like that to see if it would help. And then when we took him back, unfortunately, they were like, there's nothing we can really do. So we knew it was going to happen. We got an extra 3 weeks of time with him because we decided to take him home and let him pass away naturally. And unfortunately, over that time, he just kind of stopped eating even more. He was losing a lot of weight and lost back function of his legs, things like that. So unfortunately, it was one of those of, we knew it was coming, but it was still really, really hard. We had, I think he was 13. I believe he was 13. So we had 13 years with him, and he was a very, very good dog. So sorry for this plan with me being a little bit on the sadder side. I'm honestly surprised that I'm not crying right now. But I think I finally got all of my tears out when it comes to him and him passing, and the fact that he was sick for a while before he passed away kind of helped us process it a little bit better. Again, is it easy in any way? No, but it definitely helped us process it because it wasn't sudden. It wasn't one of those situations where all of a sudden I came home and he was gone. So that is the situation for the past 2 weeks or so. So again, thank you guys for your patience. I promise I wasn't just skipping plan with me like I was before. It was more so of, I just needed a little bit of time before I could actually talk about him without sobbing. So I'm actually kind of really proud of myself for getting through this voiceover so far, talking about him without crying. I'm very proud of myself because I'm a very emotional human being. But again, I think I just kind of cried it all out for now, but we'll see, because time hop is a bitch, and literally the next day after he passed away, he popped up on my time hop, and I was like, you are rude, time hop, how dare you. So that'll be when it makes me sad, is whenever I see either a black lab or any time that he pops up on my time hop or anything like that. So yeah, that is my update of my life for you guys. Other than that, let me see what actually happened in this spread. Okay, so this was, I don't know if you guys saw the last plan with me, but in the last plan with me, I was talking about how I met this guy, was talking to him and all this stuff, and I was marking when I was texting him, and I marked it so many times in the spread, and I'm just like, Lindsay, homie, you didn't need to write this that many times. And I considered not marking it, but also some days I only had 6 items with the texting, and I was just like, homie, you don't need to mark it this much. So we marked it anyway, so I'm I'm sorry for being a little annoying in this spread as we go by the day by day, because past Lindsay apparently was really gung-ho about marking when I was talking to him. But for context, if anyone didn't watch my last plan with me, which please go watch it, there was a guy that I was talking to and then he ghosted me, so I'm not talking to him anymore. But I apparently really felt the need to mark it, even though I only talked to him for a week. I don't get it. Past Lindsay apparently was real gung-ho about this guy, but I don't know. We wrote it down, so I just planned it out pretty much. Other than that, I got a haircut on this week, which was the first time that I got a haircut in probably almost 2 years, which was wild. So we got a haircut and all the D100 stuff happened. So we'll do that when we actually get into the day by day, which we're doing right now. So anyway, on Monday, we'll just go into that. That was a bad transition. I'm sorry, but here we are. On the Monday, I marked that I had to finish new releases. No idea what new releases I was doing, but we marked it. So I used an icon that was from the kit. I need to get better at using the kit icons because I completely forget about them most of the time. Then I pull some type of character sticker. And I just need to get better at using those icons. So I used a laptop from the icons to mark finishing new releases. And then I did get Starbucks. Gee, what a surprise. Most of the foil that I pulled into this, if I did pull any foil in, was gold foil. I didn't use many. Most of this was either me filling it in or I used a black script because like the foil, this is like a matte bronze kind of, and the gold definitely stands out. But if I did use any type of foil, I used a gold foil just because that was probably the one that was the closest, I think, to it. So yeah, for the Starbucks run, it is a script from my shop, Magical Sticker Co., which if you did not know, I have a shop. It's always linked down below. And also I have new releases that just went live today. So there's 18 new underlays that are live on my shop and they are 25% off until Sunday. So definitely go place an order if you would like to. But the coffee cup is from Paper and Milk. And then I did mark carpooling on this day. So I used a Paper and Milk little travel car character sticker and a carpool script that is in font 5 from my shop. And then I marked that I was training on this day, so I am a trainer for the position that I'm at work, and I was training a fellow lead, so I didn't actually have to do as much, but she just needed like the task oriented things of how we go about the stuff. So I did use Anna to mark her. Anna kind of stands out a little bit, but I was trying to find like a Disney character that matched, so I used Anna. She stands out, but it's fine. But I did mark for training her. I didn't write her name in just because privacy reasons. And then I marked texting. You know, it's real cringy. And I just hit you guys. I'm so sorry. But it's real cringy, but we let it happen. So the little phone icon is from Paper and Milk. And then I marked that I had a good day because it was a good day. So I used a Grin and Bear It Little Bear and a Good Day script that is from my shop in font 6. Moving on to Tuesday. Tuesday was payday. I've realized now that I have very little, like I had payday scripts, but I have very little payday icon stickers because I was trying to use the ones up from the same shop. And I think I have a couple more left of those, but I finally kind of ran through them. So I need new payday stickers. So if you guys have any like specific ones that you use, let me know. But the payday script is from the foil bundle that came with the kit. And then I marked that I had to wake up early because I think I had to finish the listings on this day. I don't know. I never actually marked when new releases went live though. So that's why I'm just like, I was working on listings, but I don't know. I didn't write down when new releases went live, but I did listings on this day. So for the up early script is from Planet Hannah. It's from a sampler that I have from her. And then the character that I use is a Munchkin from Once More With Love. And then for working on listings, I used a Paper and Milk Maru on a laptop for that. I really need to get listing scripts or like work on listing scripts for my own shop because I definitely need them. Ooh, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't think I've ever sneezed in a voiceover, but here we are. I hope that was not terrible, but I also really don't want to stop this voiceover. I feel it again. Oh no, I'm gonna have to stop this. Nope, go away, go away, go away. Are we good? I think we're okay. I don't think I've ever sneezed before during a voiceover. I'm so sorry for that. But again, I don't want to stop this voiceover. So we're going to chug on through. So anyway, I worked on listings. And then after that, I had to get gas when I went to work. So I used a Coffee Monsters Co. gas character sticker for that. And the Get Gas script is from Carly Plans. And I marked more texting. I'm telling you, I considered not marking it, but I had nothing on some of these days. Like nothing happened. And I really wish that I didn't mark it, but here we are. So for the more texting, I used another one of those paper and milk phone icons. And then I got Raisin Canes after work. So I used a, I think that chicken nugget is from Carly Plans. And then the Raisin Cane script is from Sugar Box Stickers in black as well. Like I said, try to pull in as many black icons, or not icons, scripts as possible, just because I didn't have the foil that matched. So we did that. Moving on to Wednesday. Wednesday, first and foremost, I had to wash my costume, as we do. So I used the icon that was from the kit. I'm telling you, I tried to use them. And a wash costume script that is a custom from Carly Plans. And then I marked that I had to take out the trash, so I just used the trash icon from the foil bundle to mark that. I also need to get just normal, just trash, straight trash icon, or not icons. Oh my god, my brain all of a sudden. Scripts, because I don't have those either, and I really need to get those as well. And then I marked that I was really, really nervous. It's a stupid reason for why I was nervous about this, but I also was training on this day, and the person that I was training, I didn't have, not the best relationship with. I just never worked with her very often, so I didn't know her very well. And she was known for being, I don't want to say not the friendliest, because she is. She talks to me all the time now, but I think it's just because I didn't know her. She's very standoffish when you don't know her. And I was really nervous because I was like, oh my god, she already partially knows what she's doing, and I gotta train her, and I don't know her, and I gotta try to talk to her. Like, that social anxiety, man, it was coming out. So to mark that I was nervous, I used a worried munchkin because I figured it was pretty fitting for me and how I was feeling. And then I marked that I was training her, so I used Ursula for this one. Again, she doesn't match very well, but I I didn't really have a choice because I didn't have very many character stickers that match. So I used Ursula from Wonton a Million to mark that I was training her. And again, I didn't write her name in just for privacy purposes. Moving on to the second half of Wednesday. So we had insane, and I mean insane wind on this day. I think this was right before... No, it wasn't. I was like, I can't remember if we had a thunderstorm coming up at this time. Winter's been wild. Well, like, winter in Southern California has been wild, and even then it's spring now and it's still raining, and I'm like, can we stop? Spring, you need to fight back in some type of way. Like, I'm over this. I don't know how y'all in like Seattle, Washington, Oregon area, and anyone who gets rain 24/7, I don't know how you guys do it, because I'm losing my mind. I'm like, please. But also, our roads aren't made for it, and I've hit so many potholes from the rain, it's ridiculous. But anyway, I marked that there was crazy wind because we do get a lot of insane wind. So I used like a humph, like munchkin to mark that. We had to like take down umbrellas. We had to do a bunch of things to make sure that nothing was blowing away. But it was wind where I was like, I'm gonna get blown away. And then we did have a D100 World of Color cast preview on this day. I had signed up for it, but because I was closing, unfortunately, I didn't get to go to it, but I still wanted to mark it just because it did happen. So I used a Wonton a Million little like Sorcerer Mickey to mark that. Again, I still haven't seen World of Color, and I wanted to so bad, and I was so sad that I couldn't go to it, but I was surprised that they did it in the first place, because the wind with World of Color, if it distorts the image, they usually cancel it, but they didn't, so it worked out. But I still have not seen it, and I need to see it. And then after that, we just went to In-N-Out, or I went to In-N-Out, so I used a little bunny eating a burger to mark that from Once More With Love. Moving on to Thursday. Thursday I was off because I was going to the firework preview on this day. So I actually asked for this day off because this was the fireworks was the one that I cared about more than World of Color. So I did mark Starbucks first. So I used a paper and milk coffee cup and a Starbucks run script that is from my shop. And then we drove to LA. I think it was LA that we went to. Yeah, because we went to Funko Hollywood, so we went somewhere in LA. We went to the closest lemonade to Funko Hollywood, and I used a Wonton a Million knife or fork and spoon character sticker to mark lemonade. It was great because they had like comfort food. Like they had mashed potatoes and like brisket and stuff like that. It was so good. Anytime that we're in LA, most of the time we go to Lemonade because one is a hella expensive, yes, but we don't have one out here, and I gotta have it. I gotta have it that one random time that we go. And then I marked more texting. It's okay. This is the last day that I marked the texting anyway, because after this he ghosted me. So y'all, we're done. We're done after this day. It's fine. But I think for this day specifically, I wanted to mark it because like it was, I think I mentioned this in the last plan with me, where like homie was outshining any other guy that I had talked to, and they were like cute text messages too, and I was just like, what the hell, you're not real type of situation. And he ended up ghosting me, so it didn't really matter. But it was one of those of like, I feel the need, I need to like mark it, but I really didn't. Looking back on it, I'm like, Lindsay, you need to calm down. You had talked to this guy for a week. Calm down. Can you tell I'm a little unloved and it's been a while? It's fine. But anyway, for the texting, I used a paper milk phone again, and then I did mark going to Funko Hollywood. So I used this really old munchkin. These are off of old freebies from old Scribble Prints Co. kits, and it matched the spread, so I figured I would use it. But I used that to mark Funko Hollywood. I think I bought 2 full Funkos and then a keychain. Yeah, I think that's all I got. But I'm not like a huge Funko person. I don't collect them. I just like to get the ones that I like, and then I'll open them, which I know, oh my god, how dare I open them. But I like to open them and like put them on my bookshelf and stuff like that. So after that, we sat in a crap ton of traffic. I think it took us like almost 2 hours or an hour and a half to get from Hollywood to Anaheim. So for traffic, I used a Once More with Love little like driver munchkin to mark that. And then it's kind of funny because I marked traffic and then I just marked churros because I like skipped everything in between it. But once we finally got to Anaheim, we were like, okay, well, what do we do? Because the preview's not until 9 or 10 or something. So we just ended up like making reservations and went into the park. And we brought all of our friends who were working churros because why not? So for the churros, I believe the churro sticker is from Stick with the Plan Co. I could be wrong, but it's off like a sampler type of sheet. But I used that to mark churros and giving churros to like a bunch of our friends that were working that night. And then I marked that we got Sprinkles cupcakes. We walked around. I don't even think we went on any rides. We were just walking around. Also RIP to that Winnie the Pooh that I'm taking off right now. But I marked getting Sprinkles cupcakes because we wanted it. So I used a paper and milk cupcake to mark that. And we kind of sat there for probably like 30 minutes or so before we could start lining up. And then when we finally were in, we then sat there for like a good like 25 minutes too as well, before the fireworks actually started. But after that, I marked the D100 fireworks preview. I was gonna use the Winnie the Pooh because at the very, very end, like Winnie the Pooh says, like, why does it have to end or something like that? And they say like, oh, it's a new chapter. I think that's like similar to what it says. I haven't seen it since the preview, but he like Winnie the Pooh was the thing that stuck out with me, but he did not match the spread at all. So I picked up that sticker and I put down Baymax because Baymax literally flies over the castle with the fireworks. So I was like, you know what? We're going to use Baymax because he matches and also he flies over the castle. But the D100 fireworks are so great. Whenever I was talking to anyone who went to the World of Color preview, they had said that the fireworks was so much better, and I was like, cool. So I made the right choice to go to the fireworks over the like World of Color. But they were so great, and I was so excited because they have a whole Hercules segment and they sing Go the Distance with like a couple other songs, and I was like, no one told me I was gonna cry. But it was a very, very, very just great experience getting to be a part of the D100 section. So yeah, that was my Thursday. Moving on to Friday. So Friday I was tired as hell because I obviously was out late the night before. So I used a 5 More Minutes munchkin and a sleep in script that is in font 2 from my shop. And then I had a YouTube binge, so I used a Paper and Milk Maru and a YouTube binge script that is from Carly Plans. And I had a headache. I think I'm getting headaches because I'm not hydrating enough. I've been trying, but even when I drink sometimes like 2 to 3 large hydro flasks of water, I still get headaches. So I don't know if I'm just like chronically dehydrated or something, but I have still been getting headaches and I don't know why. But for the headache, I used a Once More with Love munchkin and a headache script that is from my shop in font 1. And then moving on to the second half of Friday, y'all, literally it's funny too because I don't normally get like all gung-ho about guys. There's just something about this one for some reason that like stuck with me. I marked that I was feeling disappointed because homie wasn't responding back to me, and this is when he ghosted me, and I was just like, men are trash. Like literally instantly I was like, all right, I'm disappointed now. You haven't messaged me. Like I did absolutely nothing. You just stopped talking to me in the middle of a conversation. So I marked that I was disappointed because he just didn't respond back to me. So it is what it is. I really don't care now, but it was just one of those things where then I was just like, wow, you can tell it's been a while since I have had any type of affection from a guy, but it's fine. So he used like a annoyed side-eye type of Maru from Paper and Milk, and then I did mark that it was the start of the D100 celebration. I just used Mickey because figured that was the best thing to use, and that is from Paper and Milk as well. And then I marked that we started wearing our new name tags on this day. I definitely messed it up. I think I tried to fix it here and then it looked hella weird. Yeah, so I messed up that label and I essentially threw it away because I wrote it wrong, so I put down a new label. But our new name tags we started wearing on this day, so now they have our name and then a favorite character that is on the bottom or underneath it, and they're like a purpley color instead of the blue, which is nice to have. So I like the new name tags. They're not terrible, but we all thought that they were going to be a little bit more extravagant, but I don't know. I like new name tags because they're fun keepsakes that you get to have later in life. So to mark the new name tags, I used a bear from Paper Bits Co. to mark that. Moving on to Saturday, I'm a little out of breath, and I think it's because I can't breathe through my nose now because I sneezed. So we're almost there. On Saturday, I had to mark that I was up early, even though I had closed the night before because I had that hair appointment. So I used a Stick with a Plan Co. girl to mark being up early, and I could have sworn I had an up early script. Like I had the one that I pulled for the Plan to hand off a sampler, but I could have sworn that I had an actual like full sheet of them, and I don't. So I had to write that one in. And then I marked that my hair appointment was at 8 a.m. because it was, unfortunately. And like I said, it had been almost 2 years since I got a haircut, and the last time I had gotten it, I chopped it all the way up into my shoulders, and I was not looking forward to going to the hair appointment, and I made my sister make the appointment and go with me, purely just because the hairdresser that we have is my mom's hairdresser, and my mom does not go there anymore for various reasons, and it's part of the reason why I don't have the best relationship with my mom anymore. But I just didn't want to get asked questions about it because I knew that she would be like, oh, how's your mom, how's she doing, things like that, and I just was like, I don't want to answer these questions by myself. And I know that also my hairdresser, she would have been like, oh, that's fine, like if you don't want to answer them, no worries. But I figured she kind of deserved an explanation as to what happened because my mom just kind of fell off the face of the earth to her, and honestly my mom probably doesn't even recognize her anymore. But I didn't want to do that by myself, so I forced my sister to go with me, and the 8 a.m. was the only one that we were both able to go to. So yeah, anyway, so I marked the hair appointment with a munchkin, and the appointment script is from the foil bundle. And then I marked that I was feeling good because it felt so nice to have a haircut, because I had put it off for so long. So it was just nice to get all those split ends done, and I had her cut off like 5 inches of my hair or something, and it's still long, but it was just nice. So I used a munchkin to mark the feeling good, and then I marked Starbucks because I was exhausted as hell, and I used a Paper and Milk coffee cup and the Starbucks run script for my shop again. And the freeway was closed on this day because they're still doing construction. Please tell me why. The main freeway that goes like from where I live to Anaheim, it has been under construction for the entire time that I've worked at Disney, and that is almost 8.5 years. Like I hit 9 years in September, and it has been under construction all of those years, and it was closed on this day, and I was like, I'm losing my mind. You guys need to stop shutting down this freeway. So I used a essentially flipping off munchkin to mark the freeway closure, and then I marked that it took me 2 hours to get to work. It normally takes me about 40 minutes. It took me 2 hours because I had to go around the damn freeway. I was so frustrated. I was like, I hate this stupid freeway, please. And there's no other way to get around. Like there is, but it's like an hour and a half to do it. It's like way out of the way, and it's very annoying. So to mark that I was 2 hours late, I just used a like late sticker from a shop that I no longer purchased from. Moving on to Sunday, So Sunday was the day that Cujo stopped eating. So Sunday was the day that I was not looking forward to having to voice over, but it's okay. We're gonna get through it. So Sunday, my nose was running from my sneeze. I marked that he was not eating, unfortunately, so I used a little like dog with like a treats thing next to it. This dog was the one that matched the best because Black Lab, he was the one that I had that matched the best because I have a lot of husky type of stickers. And one thing to know about it too is that he was a dog that would not eat. Like, he ate all the time. So when he stopped eating, we were like, okay, something's wrong. So I marked that he was not eating. And then I used my brain, sorry. And then after that we got Dunkin' for the morning, so I used a Coffee Monsters, nope, not a Coffee Monsters cup, Paper Milk coffee cup, and a Dunkin' script that is in font 6 from my shop. And then I marked that I was in my feelings because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life right now, I'm worried. So I used a Paper Milk little like rainy cloud day sticker and in my feeling script that is from Kansi's Creations, who's unfortunately no longer open. And then I just watched a bunch of movies on this day. Y'all, this day was wild because I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I used 2 movie marquees and I marked Someone Great, which is a great movie, and if you need a good feel-good movie, that is one of them. Like friendship feel-good movie, it's great. So I used the Netflix computer from the icons sheet, and then I marked Can You Keep a Secret? That was the first time I ever saw that movie, and it's like one of those cheesy romantic type of movies, and I used a little squidge from Stick with Plan Co. to mark that. So that is everything for this spread and this plan with me. Sunday was a little wild for me to try to explain, but we got through it. So thank you guys again for your patience. For those of you who may or may not have noticed that I skipped 2 plan with me's, it was on purpose. It wasn't one of those of like, I just don't want to film a plan with me. It was one of just, I needed a little bit of time. So thank you for letting me have that time. I definitely just needed to be able to cope with it in my own time, and like I said, I think I've gone through the acceptance stage, but it's still a little rough, especially with transition with Bailey and her like being by herself now and things like that. So anyway, we're gonna stop being sad. I'm gonna flip through obviously everything that's left in this kit. It was the ultimate kit, so there's a ton of leftovers, and then give you guys a wiggle. My computer sounds like it's gonna take off again. It's fine. This foil definitely is not as reflective as other foils just because it's a matte foil, but still really pretty, and I think this spread turned out beautifully. But thank you guys so much for watching this spread. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, even with its sad notes. I'm also, if you guys leave any type of comment, thank you. And subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I will see you guys on Monday, I believe, for another video. Bye guys.